Oleksandr Usyk, or is that too soon?
To leave Usyk alone. Usyk's a beast, man. Different beast. Different beast.
He cannot, under any circumstances, go into a fight with Oleksandr Usyk not being past 6 rounds.
Surely not. Yeah.
That cannot happen.
We don't know.
Do you want to see Moses in there with Oleksandr Usyk next, or too soon?
No, calm down. Let's get him in with Hrgovic, Caballal, those kind of guys, Bacoli, Jarrell Miller. Get the rounds, you know, but he's a brilliant talent.
Boxing experts are warning Moses Itauma against fighting Oleksandr Usyk too soon. Even Tony Bellew strongly agrees. Having faced Usyk himself, Bellew knows exactly how dangerous the Ukrainian champion is. For Moses, stepping in right now isn't bravery, it's risking everything before he's truly ready.
Moses Itauma, he could have done that to Dillian in the pomp of his career.
Yeah.
It's styles make fights, and Moses always gonna, them styles that want to have a fight with you or aren't necessarily very good defensively, he's gonna pick holes in them immediately. You know, there's nobody in the world right now apart from Oleksandr.
Derek Chisora also weighed in, and his warning was even harsher. Chisora keeps it brutally honest. He believes Usyk would completely dismantle Moses if they fought now. Having shared the ring with elite opponents, Chisora knows Usyk's speed, skill, and ring IQ are on another level. To him, Moses stepping up now isn't courage. It's walking straight into a knockout.
You look at the future for Itauma. What do you think about his next for him?
Next one, don't know. Depends with the paymasters. Where do you want to put him?
Okay, do you think Usyk's potential? Do you think there is a potential for him to fight Usyk?
Usyk could blow the smoke out. Usyk could kill him.
Spencer Brown didn't hold back either. He insists Usyk is a different beast altogether, ranking him right alongside Tyson Fury as the very best of this era. Yes, Spencer acknowledges Moses's raw talent, but he believes jumping into a fight with Usyk right now would be far too soon and dangerously premature.
Oleksandr Usyk, will there be conversations about Itauma Usyk? Now we've seen that.
Maybe, but look, Usyk's a different animal. You know,
Even Usyk's own coach, Sergey Lapin, has spoken out, giving his honest take on Moses's chances. Lapin admits Itauma has real potential, but firmly warns him to stay away from Usyk for now. While he respects Moses's victory over Dillian Whyte, he's crystal clear. Stepping into the ring with Usyk at this stage could end in disaster for the young prospect.
Fight Itauma, there's good fight. Turkey is good man. This organize more big fighter, more big event. And we see what we do, what next step, and we see what proposition with about Turkey.
Boxing manager Sam Jones, known for guiding rising stars like Joe Joyce, also shared his bold opinion. Jones believes Moses should dare to be great and chase the Usyk fight. He praises the youngster's speed, sharp footwork, and natural ability. But even Sam admits, taking on a master like Usyk right now would be a massive gamble.
Moses against Usyk is what you call daring to be great. If he gets the opportunity to go on duel with the greatest of this era, then take it, because that is a no-lose situation. And you can't see Usyk blowing Moses Itauma out there, can you? Because Moses has got great feet, fast hands. Moses is a live dog in that fight. I'd give him a great chance. But if he came up short, he came up short. But it's the opportunity to fight the greatest of this generation.
Finally, Moses himself makes his stance clear. He doesn't hesitate. He wants Oleksandr Usyk next. The young prodigy's confidence is sky high, showing zero fear of stepping into the ring with one of the most skilled heavyweights of this generation. Moses insists he belongs at the very top, and for him, sharing the ring with Usyk would be the ultimate statement. But here's the harsh truth. Usyk is a master technician, a puzzle that even world champions have struggled to solve. Moses's hunger is admirable, but the risk is enormous. One wrong move could make or break his career. Boldness wins fans, but in boxing, ambition that outruns preparation can be unforgiving.
People's opinions don't really matter to me, only because it doesn't help me in the fight. There's a lot of things that my punching can't solve.
Oleksandr Usyk, would you prefer to spend time with him in his training camp for his next fight, or fight him next?
Fight him next, then spend time with him.
April, May, it's Dubois, or April, May, it's Usyk. You say immediately yes?
Of course.
Oleksandr Usyk once again shows his trademark class, praising Moses Itauma's talent and even calling him the future of boxing. But behind the respect, Usyk's confidence never wavers. He knows his experience, skill set, and unmatched ring IQ keep him levels ahead for now. To him, Moses is promising, but still unfinished. This isn't arrogance, it's the mindset of a champion who has dismantled bigger, stronger, and far more seasoned fighters throughout his career. Usyk has faced every style, speed, power, size, and always found the answer. Moses might believe he's ready, but for Usyk, it would likely be just another day at the office.
Oleksandr, what did you make of Moses' win on the weekend? What did you think?
The great man, the great fight. I think Itauma is future for boxing. I like this guy.
He says he's ready for you now at 20 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the other hand, respected trainer Russ Anber offers a far more sobering view of what this matchup could mean for Moses. He calls it an everything to lose, nothing to gain scenario. Yes, the payday and spotlight would be huge, but one crushing defeat could completely derail Moses's rise. Russ acknowledges the young fighter's talent and ambition, but warns that facing a technician of Usyk's caliber this early could leave scars both physical and mental. Usyk has beaten champions, survived wars, and thrived at the highest level. History shows countless prospects ruined by rushing in too soon. Sometimes patience builds legends. Rushing can break them.
But when you step in the ring, it would be again a situation. I didn't just say this about Parker. It's about anybody he fights. It's everything to lose and nothing to gain. But I think if I'm in Itauma's camp, I'm saying, yeah, I want that fight. The same way that Canelo jumped.
Former world champion Amir Khan echoes those same concerns, speaking from his own experience. He knows what it's like to take the big fights too early, and warns Moses not to repeat the same mistake. Khan respects Itauma's potential, but stresses that timing is everything in boxing. Usyk isn't just another opponent. He's a master of adjustments, a problem solver who thrives when others fall apart. For Moses to succeed long-term, Khan believes he needs more rounds, more big nights, and more seasoning under the lights before stepping into a fight of this magnitude. Ambition is powerful, but bad timing has turned many rising stars into what could have been stories.
You know what, you don't want to fight Usyk. I think it's too early for that. Why are you going to spoil someone's career? Let him work in.
And then there's Tyson Fury, who brings his trademark fire into the debate. He declares boxing a young man's sport, boldly predicting that Moses Itauma will eventually run through all the old guard, including Oleksandr Usyk. Fury respects Usyk's achievements, but insists youth will always win out in the end. Yet reality suggests otherwise. Despite being older, Usyk is no ordinary champion. His conditioning, technical brilliance, and razor-sharp ring IQ remain unmatched. Moses may have the advantage of youth, but experience often beats raw talent. Usyk thrives on reading opponents, breaking them down, and exploiting their smallest mistakes. Skills sharpened by years at the very top. Still, Fury's belief in Moses adds fire to the conversation, piling even more weight onto the young prodigy's shoulders.
Boxing is a young man's game, like I told Vladimir Klitschko when he was 37. Boxing's a young man's game and he waits for nobody. So here's the opinion, you've heard it here first. Moses Itauma will wreck all them old men out of the division. Usyk, AJ, Miller, whoever there is who's old, Zhang, whoever else there is, Luis Ortiz, all these big names of the past are all a spent force. And even the world champion now, if they took my belts and give them to Usyk, Moses will wreck him. Because he's a young man versus an old man. An old man can't.
Three-time world champion Duke McKenzie gives a balanced but firm verdict. He praises Moses Itauma's raw potential, saying that in 4 or 5 more fights the kid could become a wrecking ball. But right now, nobody is beating Oleksandr Usyk. This isn't bias. It's reality from someone who understands the highest levels of the sport. Usyk is operating on a completely different frequency. His footwork, timing, and angles make him a nightmare for even the heaviest punchers. Duke believes Moses can reach that level one day, but rushing too soon risks stunting his growth and damaging his confidence. A few more high-level fights could mold him into a dominant force. Step up too early, and he risks being outclassed. McKenzie's message is blunt. Patience builds champions, recklessness breaks them. The road to greatness isn't a sprint, and for now, Usyk remains the ultimate test no one has passed.
Experience on his side, Itauma.
That's it. Absolutely.
You know, another 4 or 5 fights down the line, then you're looking at an absolute wrecking ball. Then he would beat everybody put in front of him.
They said
but
Saturday,
nobody's
didn't
going to.
he?
Yeah, nobody's
They
going to
said
beat
Saturday who's going to give him the hands. That's what he was saying. He wanted them out.
Nobody beats Usyk right now.
Do you think it's too early for Itauma to fight Parker?
That's a good fight.
It's a good fight.
I think it's a good fight. You know, like you say, like you take Usyk out of this equation.
Matchroom promoter Eddie Hearn sums up the dilemma perfectly. He admits Moses Itauma has power and potential, but warns that fighting Usyk now could end in disaster. In Hearn's eyes, there are only 2 possible outcomes. Moses lands the punch of his life, or Usyk completely schools him. At just 20 years old, Hearn stresses Moses's team must be cautious because timing is everything in boxing. He also points to Frank Warren's experience, trusting that Warren won't throw his fighter in too deep, too soon. Hearn respects Moses's fearlessness, but reminds fans that Usyk isn't just a champion. He's a generational talent who dismantles bigger, stronger men with skill and IQ. Raw ability isn't enough. It takes composure, adaptability, and mental toughness, qualities where Usyk currently holds the edge. For Hearn, the risk to reward simply doesn't add up, and he'd be shocked if Moses's camp gambled on such a fight this early.
But at the same time, he may go in there and get absolutely schooled by Oleksandr Usyk. Or he might knock him out, I don't know. But I, personally, at 20, you know, you got to get it right. And Frank, like I said, Frank knows what he's doing. And I think I'd be very surprised if they took that kind of test.
Sky Sports commentator Adam Smith offers his own verdict on where Moses currently stands. Smith praises Itauma's skill, composure, and believes the youngster could already beat most heavyweights in the world right now. But when it comes to the top tier, fighters like Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois, Smith says Moses just isn't ready yet. He points out that while youth, power, and fast hands are valuable, they aren't enough against the best. Facing someone like Usyk requires seasoning, bigger fights, and true experience under pressure. The gap isn't permanent, though. Smith insists Moses has the tools to close it, but timing is the key to building a champion, not breaking one. His advice is simple: face mid-tier contenders first, gain the experience, then step up. For now, Usyk remains the mountain Moses should wait before climbing.
Is he ready? I think he could beat most heavyweights in the world, with the exception possibly of Usyk and maybe Dubois, possibly AJ. The top 3 or 4, he's not ready for them yet.
The boxing world is divided, and the stakes couldn't be higher. On one side stands Oleksandr Usyk, the master technician, the champion who has outclassed giants and thrived under pressure. On the other stands Moses Itauma, the fearless young prodigy desperate to prove he belongs among the elite. One thing every expert agrees on: this fight could define careers. If Usyk wins, it reaffirms his status as the king of skill and strategy. But if Moses shocks the world, it could mark the birth of a new era in heavyweight boxing. It's speed versus experience, youth versus mastery, ambition versus dominance. One wrong step could end dreams. One perfect punch could make history.